And in verse 14, it says, wait on the Lord, be of a good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. I say on the Lord. If you just wait on God, he's going to renew your strength. If you wait on God, he's going to give you the next move. If you wait on God, he's going to give you clear guidance and clear direction. But we can't faint in this hour. And I know things get very hard. Things get overwhelming. Things get hard. But this is where you trust God. This is where you cry out to God in your weariness. Cry out to God in your moment of vulnerability. Cry out to God when things get so hard and get so dark where you feel like it just only makes sense to give up. But it only makes sense to hold on to God. It only makes sense to trust God. It only makes sense to depend on God and to believe his word will come to pass in your life, even though you don't see any kind of evidence that anything is happening. But God is working behind the scenes. God is working things out in your life, but you just got to wait on God. And in Psalms 30, 11 through 12, it says, thou hast turned for me my mourning into dancing. Thou hast put off my sackcloth and girded me with gladness. You're not going to cry always. You're not going to go through always a season of afflictions and trials, but then there are times when God rewards us. There is a time when God gives us rest from our weariness, rest from our trials, rest from our tribulations. God will tell us, just like he told the children of Israel, you have encompassed this mountain long enough. You have been through this long enough, and now I'm going to bring you out. Now I'm going to bring the things to pass that I have promised you. But the key is not to give up. The key is not to faint, because David said, I would have fainted if I had not believed to see. That you got to believe to see the goodness of the Lord in your life. You got to believe to see that things are going to be better. You got to believe to see that you will be the head and not the tail, above only and not beneath, the first and not the last. But you got to believe God's word and what he has spoken over your life. And you got to stand firm on his word, because his word is going to try you. The word, that promise that God has made, will try you. But if you hold on to what God has said, in spite of what you feel, in spite of what you see, in spite of what it looks like, believe that God is still God, and he's the Lord of your life. And if he's the Lord of your life, he's going to see you through.